Hey guys, we have a new TEK today. So the TEK we have is 4.2D. It says round whole numbers to a given place value through the hundred thousands place. So what are we going to be doing? We're going to be rounding whole numbers, and we're going to round whole numbers to any given place value through the hundredth thousands place. Now in third grade, you guys rounded numbers, but you only rounded to the nearest 10 or to the nearest 100. Here in fourth grade, we're going to round anywhere between the ones place to the hundreds thousands place. So that's going to be, our numbers could be up to 6 digits long, right? So we have the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place, the thousands place, the 10,000s place, and the 100,000s place. So our number could say round to the nearest 10,000s place, or round to the nearest hundreds place, or 100,000s place. It could be any of those place values that they're asking us to round to. We're going to learn two different strategies. Today we're going to talk about learning how to round using a number line to help us, and tomorrow we will learn a different strategy. So to start off, I want to just kind of review your third grade round to the nearest 10 or 100, but using a number line. So here's a number line that I made. I just counted by tens. I went to from 100 to as far as I could go, just counting by tens, 340. So let's say they're asking us to round to the nearest 100. And let's say I have the number 290. Right? We want to round it to the nearest 100. That's this place value right here. Well, let's find it on our number line, right? Where's 290? It's right here. So here's 290, and I'm trying to see what is the closest 100 it's next to. So I'm going to mark them. So here's 100, here's 200, here's 300. Now what's the closest one that it is, what's the nearest one? Well, it's only 10 away from 300, and it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 away from 200. So 290, right, rounded to the nearest 100, the closest one is 300. It's pretty close. It's only 10 away from that one. Let's try another one. So let's say I have 130. You want to round 130 to the nearest 100. Find it on this number line. Let's see. It's right here. 130. What is the closest 100 that it's next to? Okay, so my options are either 100 or 200. Well, let's see. It's 10, 20, 30 away from 100, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 away from the 200. So which one is it actually closest to? It's closest to the 100. So 130 rounded to the nearest 100 is 100. Does that make sense? How you can visualize it? Let's try just a couple of more. All right, how about 240? What is 240 rounded to the nearest 100? Well, let's find it on here. Here's 240. Well, is it closer to 200 or is it closer to 300? So 1, 2, 3. It's 40 away from 200. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 away from 300. So it's going to be closest to 200. Another way to think about it using a number line is you can mark the half. So what's exactly halfway between 100 and 200? Right, 150. So if it's less than a half, it's going to round down to the lowest 100. Same thing, what's exactly halfway between 200 and 300? 250. So if it's less than half, it will round down. If it's larger than half, or exactly half, it will round up. Let's try one more. So let's say I gave you the number 270. We're still rounding here to the nearest 100, this place value. So 270, I'll mark it right here. Is 270 more than half or less than half of our hundreds? Is it going to be closer to 300 or closer to 200? Well, it's only 30 away from 300 and it's 70 away from 200. So it is closer to 300. And I could tell, like another quick way to tell is because I know it's more than half. So half would be 250. It's larger than a half. Right, so this is kind of a review. That's third grade. You guys did hundreds and tens in third grade. This year in fourth grade, we move all the way up, right? Can go all the way up to the 10,000s. So let's practice rounding to some thousands. So I'm going to kind of just draw a line down here. So let's say you have the number 1,338, and we want to round this to the nearest thousand. Well, I need to know which place value is the thousands, so I know this is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So this is the place value I want to round to. And I want to think of a number line, but now I want to think about it in the thousands. So I'm just going to draw a quick one. It doesn't have to be super pretty. So I'm going to start with this first one. So I know it's 1,000. And then next would be 2,000. What's exactly halfway between 1,000 and 2,000? Think about it for a second. What's exactly halfway between 1,000 and 2,000? It's going to be 1,500. Now look at our number. Our number is 1,338. Is that going to be less than 1,500? Or is it going to be more than 1,500? Just based off this, you should be able to tell that 1,338 is going to be less than 1,500. So the closest thousand that it's closest to is 1,000. So 1,338 rounded to the nearest thousand, it's closer to 1,000 than it is 2,000. Let's try another one. So say I have 1,872. Is that more than half or less than half of the thousands? 1,872 is more than half, right? It's going to end up over here somewhere. I don't even have to know exactly where, but I know it's more than half. And if it's larger than the halfway point, it's going to round up to 2,000. So 1,872 is going to round up to 2,000. We're going to practice some of these together some more on the next page.